Time to call Morehaven City Council regular meeting for September the 5th, 2023 at 7:02 to order. We'll do the roll call. Jake.
Present.
Alicia.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Jan.
Here.
Myself. Ashley.
Here.
Steve, Larry, and Brad are here. We'll do the invocation with Alicia and the pledge with Jan.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this day that you've given each and every one of us and everyone here together. Lord, I just ask that you be with us, guide us, help us to do the best for our community and our people, Lord. We just give you all the praise and the glory. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 3, additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda.
I have none.
Alicia, Mark, seeing none. Item number 4, discuss and or approve the following meeting minutes, August 15th, 2023, regular meeting minutes.
Motion to approve August 15th regular meeting minutes.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Alicia. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 5, discuss and or approve reimbursing the city for the following items totaling $2,549.97 from the ARPA funds. A, $127.71 for the Chromebook for live streaming the council meetings. B, $809.97 for the desktop scanners for the cloud-based program for records retention. C, $900 for the cloud-based storage subscription for the first year. And D, $712.29 for parts of the automated system at the water plant.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Agner,
Second.
second by Council Lady Taylor. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 6. Give me a minute. Second reading. Item number 6 will be the second reading of ordinance 354, rezoning industrial to medium density residential on a certain tract of land at 499 Avenue C.
An ordinance of the City of Morehaven, Florida, amending the official zoning map of Morehaven by rezoning certain tracts of land more particularly described herein from I industrial to R2, medium density residential, amending the zoning map accordingly, providing for conflict severability. Effective date.
Council, what is your pleasure?
Motion to accept the reading of ordinance 354.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Agner, second by Councilman Beck. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Yes.
Motion carried 4-1. Item number 7, second reading ordinance 355, rezoning from industrial to medium density residential on a certain tract of land, 599 Avenue C.
Motion.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read it by title. Ordinance 355, an ordinance of the City of Morehaven, Florida, amending the official zoning map of Morehaven by rezoning certain tracts of land more particularly described herein from I industrial to R2, medium density residential, amending the zoning map accordingly, providing for conflict, severability, and effective date.
Motion by Councilman Beck,
Second.
second by Councilman Vice Mayor Agner. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 4-1. Item number 8, report of officers. 8A, city manager, Mr. Tibbs. Okay. Does anybody have anything for Larry? Go ahead.
I'd like to know about this letter that employees received
Letter?
about their insurance.
I didn't hear anything about it, and I think it should have come in front of this board.
As earlier, we were talking about salaries and
Yes, sir.
and rates earlier. Currently, the city provides health insurance to the employee. And, during the period of time, we've had several people indicate that they didn't particularly want the insurance. But.
I get the idea of it, Larry.
So what we
Hold
did
on,
is
man.
we took,
Go ahead, Larry.
we had what you call the open enrollment period of time. We took the amount of monthly pay, the cost of the health insurance, and turned it into an hourly rate. And offered individuals, they did decline the insurance, they would get that hourly rate. It's not a full 100%, but it's that hourly rate. So, but it was their option, that they could, if they wanted to decline the insurance, they could. And like I said, they would get whatever it is, I think it was like we ended up being $220 a pay period.
Did anyone sign up for it?
We've had 2 new employees sign up for it, brand new employees
That did funk their insurance.
that didn't want the
So
insurance.
none of our current employees
Yeah.
signed up for it.
You're aware that in the rules that we're supposed to provide them health insurance?
But they do not have to accept it. It's not mandatory to accept it. We have several people who have declined it. So it's not like FRS where if you work in, we have FRS, it's mandatory that you participate in
I
FRS.
understand.
Our insurance says we provide it, they do not have to accept
So
it.
it's offered, but if they
offered.
don't take it, it
They
doesn't
don't
matter.
take it. We've had several people decline it before. So again, looking at some incentive because, if people say they don't want the health insurance, gives them a portion, we give you a portion of that, that back to them.
Is there a threshold that you can go below?
And the city saves money in the
It'll
long
change
run
our
because
price, that's why you
we're
don't
not
get the full.
signing up for
That's why
some
we didn't
insurance
get
that
the
So
didn't want it.
nobody's dropping it anyway.
My question is though, if we have so many people drop it, then what's that gonna do to our bottom line to,
That's- well,
because
that's-
we're so small anyways, our price is based on 40 employees. If we go to 20, then it's gonna,
Well, that's why we didn't give them 100% of that cost. We only give them a portion of that, good, holding back their retainer, because like I said, if, like you say, if you had a lot of young people that don't
Right.
really file claims, get out, you leave people in the plan that have claims that could go up some, so like I said, that's why we didn't give them 100%, we kept a portion of that to cover in case it went up in the future,
Rising cost.
future policy.
And how many opted out, none?
Only the 2 new ones,
Only 2.
none of the regular ones.
So I think the issue here is council members got phone calls about it, that employees weren't totally understanding what was being offered. And I felt like I would have liked to have known it before
I did too.
I got a phone call from an employee. And I kind of was offended when I get a phone call from my sister on the middle of Lake Okeechobee telling me what the future insurance for the city of Moorhaven is going to be. And that just kind of chat me a little bit. And in the future, personally, before the employees get it, because I still haven't seen it. And if anybody should have seen it, I felt like I should have seen it
As a mayor.
as the mayor. So in the future, can we make that more, that we can see it?
But as of right now, it hasn't affected any of the employees that are here.
No.
Hasn't-
Just brand new
No, that's not
employees.
it for me, Jake. It's not, it's just that the council,
It should have come in front of
you
this.
should have come in front
I
of
mean,
us.
I just found out about it right now, so I think that's
Read it.
not very, and I just read it. I don't think that's very cool that, I didn't get any phone calls
I
about it,
don't either.
so. But if I would have gotten phone calls, I probably would have been upset too, because then it makes me look like I don't know what's going on. And I didn't.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. Jan, you got anything for Larry?
No.
Larry, I'm good. Okay. City attorney. Anybody have anything for Steve?
How'd your court date go with the Collier property?
The sale, I was just trying to look it up, is in October. It's already being published.
Okay.
The judge granted the full amount with the lien, interest, fees, costs.
That's your
The-
20,000?
It's approximately 20,000. I think it's a little over.
Sure.
So now it'll go on the foreclosure sale process.
That ain't me.
Oh, I won't be here next
Who's
meeting.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
What about,
I'll try to do Zoom at 3 a.m.
what about the letter to the commission about the unincorporated area in the county for water? Have they responded to that? Or- no, Ms.
I was trying to get a hold now that they have,
Ms. Fisher.
yeah, I was trying to get a hold of her. I missed her a few times. So it's on my list to try to call her because I want to get that on their agenda and go in
Yes.
front of them. And
She's knocking them off. She's picking them off one at a time. So if you speak to her, she'll be more than happy to do something about it. That's all I have for Mr. Vermillion.
Alicia? Mark? It's not me.
It's your chair.
Oh, it ain't you.
There you go.
Jan?
I don't have anything.
I'm good, Steve. All right. Ashley?
I don't have anything.
Does anybody got anything for Ashley?
Mm-mm.
No, but I saw Ashley this morning. Was it this morning?
Mhm.
She still is not receiving any paperwork from the garbage truck. This is the third time I brought this up.
The extra cans next to the road is what you're referring to?
Yes, sir. The ones for the brush are being turned in with an address and a family's name. They're very neat. I don't know why we can't get through to the driver of the garbage truck. It's a lot of trash. And we're losing revenue. You weren't here, Brad, the last time I brought this up. You were absent that night.
I stopped him today, spoke with him, he had some road up that he didn't get turned in today. And
Well, they'll be the first ones in a while, in quite a while.
He did right some wrong.
That's all. I
He
got
needs to be
for you.
writing them up every time.
Yep, every day. Man, there's a lot of trash sitting around. Okay,
Jan, you got
not
anything
quite.
for
Yeah.
Ashley? I'm good. 8F, Public Works Director, Brad?
We're a little behind on the mowing, because we had meter read last week, and then we had the holiday, so we're just trying to catch up on that. I've got one vacant in that area that I'm gonna fill later on, return on the paperwork on the employee. We'll put them back, put them to work. And I'm gonna leave one of those vacant, open for right now, because I think we're getting towards the end of summer, things will start slowing down a little bit. I think we'll be all right. Out of the water plant, I told them we could get them 3 or 4 loads of shell out there. They've got where they can't even get to the well out there in the back of the well because of the rain and stuff.
Mhm.
When it dries up a little bit, we'll get with, get some shell hauled out there. We got a backstory. We can do it ourselves.
They're up there on the
Wastewater plant, I've got with, Coastal Pump. They're gonna come down probably next week and get with me on the actuators and all that stuff that we talked about in CCPWA the other night. Get that ball rolling. Other than that, it's just business as usual right now. But we do have a vacancy in the line department. But we've discussed that before, they're hard to fill.
And no applicants.
None that I know of other than that. And it is advertised, so.
Tell me about the water part. Brad. We have anything going on? Does that water run constantly? or
We
does
turn it on,
shut
turn it
off?
off in the afternoon. And usually they'll call me during the day if somebody wants to use it.
But it does shut itself off now, you're saying?
No, I have to turn it off. But Vern's supposed to send me a quote for the button and the computer programming for that. We got the new computer, we just can't program it. So then Vern can do it, he's gonna put another button on it. I'm just waiting on his email actually. And that's been an ongoing battle to get the email
Yes,
from.
I've been saying that.
I know.
That water part's been
Say it
an online
again.
battle.
She made the suggestion, I think, or one of us did, about roping it off right before summer got here, so we wouldn't, till we could fix it. And now we've gone on this many months, so, all respect to Vern, but if Vern can't get to it.
Then let's
we-
go somewhere
we're gonna
else.
have to
We
try,
got,
Brad.
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I know he does a lot. I know he's busy, but, the amount of money that's coming out of that water plant.
He can't be the only person that can program it. I'm with Jake.
is hideous. But you're working on it, so that was one of my things too. Good job, Mark.
And the DOT lights on the bridge, that's something we'll just keep pestering them about it till they come fix it.
Thank you, Brad.
You can't make them do
Yeah. It's crazy to me how somebody's on vacation and they don't have somebody that fills their spot. That makes no sense.
it.
Like one person in the whole state of Florida is the only one that can fix the lights.
Do you have all your emails where you contacted them? Oh, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Anybody else got anything for Brad?
Mm-mm.
I have a question real quick. I know that we've talked about having a groundman for King, and that's not very much help. But sometimes it's better than nothing. But it's something to think about that we'll talk about and discuss, because I know it's gonna be hard to get somebody to stay around here. So, I mean,
Think about a groundman, you gotta put them through training and all, you really want to try to
get somebody with a little bit more
established
experience.
and just they can give them some break on,
Yeah.
calls.
A groundman can't get in the bucket, right?
No,
But you still got a contract with Glades Electric if King needs help.
I've got an verbal agreement with them that they will help us. They're contract, written contract.
Okay.
we don't get.
I mean, we just can't keep working man 7 days a week.
Pike pretty much turned us down.
Is there another contractor you think?
I was talking to these guys that are doing the fiber
Mhm.
and have
The problem is Pike and a few other of those companies are laying people off because the interest rates are so high and they don't want to borrow money and stuff to keep doing construction, so they're laying crews off. I think Pike laid off 5 crews around here. But I mean, maybe one of those almonds want to come.
Yeah.
they're not gonna stay long.
Yeah.
No,
I know,
because they
that's
can make way more money.
Yeah.
I mean, per diem alone's over $800 a week,
As soon
so.
as the physical year budget come back out, they're going back to Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
if one of them does, stop by, let's work the heck out of them for that money.
They ain't even making it that long.
Yeah.
They don't even get their uniforms turned in.
Just call.
Okay, anybody else got anything for Brad? Okay, item number 9, approval of the bills in the amount of $91,710.43.
Motion to approve the bills for $91,010.43.
Motion by Jake,
Second.
second by Jan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Get better with that word.
I'm getting better. Item 10, citizens comments.
Cinnamon.
General concern speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Anybody got anything? Yes, ma'am. Come up to the podium and state your name, please.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I want to see your driver's.
I mean, we know who you
You don't need
are.
my driver's license? Anna Salgado.
Okay,
So I am in Sean Harvey. We are looking to see what would it take for us to be allowed to do, a market, like in Coolison, they have a
Like
market
a
on
farmer's market type of deal.
Yes.
Man, that's a great idea.
You want to
Right
use it
here.
in the park? Is that what you're asking?
Well, we're thinking, I mean, really whatever y'all approve, but we're thinking here in front of City Hall, get a bunch of local vendors, get them to come out, maybe even a local farmer, bring fresh produce, and just do something so that, the citizens can come out over the weekend.
Like maybe
do some
once a
shopping.
month or something?
Yes, ma'am.
We could set it up like the food
Food
trucks.
trucks. Yeah.
Block the street.
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah.
Where my daughter lives, they do that once a week. It is really nice. All the fresh stuff you can buy.
Yes.
How, I'm all for this,
Me
but
too.
could we put a food truck
Yeah.
down there with it?
And normally you see a combination, like in Fort Myers, that's what they do.
I mean, whatever vendors want to come, I would
They
think,
set
right?
up and they have the food
So
truck.
we've
Yeah.
reached out, we've done a little bit of research. We've got about 20 local vendors that are very interested in this.
Great.
So we're just trying to see like what's the next step, what do we have to do to.
Well, let me ask you, can I ask the council a minute? If it was up to me, let's just let them have the committee and they come back to us in the next meeting and tell us what they've come up
What
with.
day and-
Yeah, whatever their dates are, or the days that they
Yeah,
would be like, reserving the city park.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Like
doing
coordinate
out
the
here.
dates
but
with
we would-
Ashley, yeah.
We would have to shut the street off like we did at football games, and like we did up at the 4-H thing last time. So your
Yeah.
dates, your times.
Just,
um,
Yep, dates, times.
And one thing too that you might, out front here that's a perfect idea. I mean, when we did the food trucks or anything we've ever done out there, the car shows, everything's always nice. But we are about to, move some equipment in here and start tearing up the roads here and in front.
Downtown.
So you probably more than likely be able to pull a couple off out here in the front, but from this side of the stop sign to the hump up here, that's gonna be untouched. So
Yeah.
you would still be able to have it down here. You just have to maybe shift this way or play it by ear with the construction.
Yeah, because I imagine they're gonna start
Yeah,
and come this way. You'll have some time
yeah, you'll have. a
before
few,
you have to move it in.
But we would be responsible
just-
for blocking the road off for you.
And let us know so we can have an employee that can pick up.
Yeah.
trash and stuff like that.
It goes.
But like I said, just y'all come back to us and let us know what days y'all want to do it and.
I have a question. Is there any like requirements, like insurance wise? Like I know like food trucks and stuff, they have to have certain requirements and insurance. Anything like that for like fresh produce? I don't know.
We need to check with
Stuff.
our company.
That's
You
an
might
attorney
need to,
question.
yeah, you might need to get with the Florida department. It deals with the food and all that stuff.
Department of Ag.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. And find out what would be needed, if anything, on
Yeah.
that side.
But
And then as far as the dates, if you just contact us up here at City Hall, we can tell you what's available on the calendar as well.
Because the food trucks, they're required, any food truck
They
that
have-
come, they're required to have all their license and
Mhm.
information and
Right.
everything.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you're approved by Ag
Mhm.
with any permits. or
But
licenses.
but as far as we're concerned,
You're good.
You're good. We
Yeah.
don't need to see any
love
paperwork
that idea.
for food trucks or
I mean, I
anything.
would prefer more ag for these. I mean, that's good that these kids, the FFA come up here and sell their stuff and sell their eggs and sell, you know.
Yeah. Mark it on Bond Street. Mark it on Bond Street.
Mark-
That's what you're hunting
Yeah,
for.
that's-
Mark it on Bond.
Yeah,
Riverside Market.
Riverside Market. There you go. Perfect.
Here, yeah, but you're modeling it kind of like the one.
Right,
Bond
there's
Street.
one on Bond Street, there's one in downtown LaBelle and Lake Placid, so they're
There you go.
surrounding us.
You have some of
We're
those
the only
vendors
ones that
included
don't.
too, you think?
So the main ones that we reached out to were mainly local because
Yeah,
Yeah.
Glades County.
That's only
Oh,
fair.
gotcha.
Yeah,
They wanna start there.
yeah.
If you call like LaBelle, I think it's revitalization, downtown revitalization, then they have some suggestions for you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mark will need your ID when you leave.
Good idea.
I think he just wants to steal my identity.
Yes, yes.
Doug Cranky, 198 Avenue J. I want to thank the city, the guys that came out and helped us with, we lost a transformer over at the jail prior to a storm. And we dropped the neutral, so the guys come out, 2 gentlemen did, with the bucket trucks and changed out the transformers early in the evening. We finished up about 10 o'clock on a Thursday evening. And we've got a real good generator down there. Nobody can hear it run. We don't bother nobody in town. We don't even know it's running. So
Is it really
with
running?
that, you guys touched on a few things about public safety, about the bridge lights. That happened about 3 weeks ago from the lightning strike. Took out, halfway up the bridge, up down to the courthouse. And that kind of dealing with DO's Department of Transportation, understand that. The city, they're gonna be coming through with a huge barge. I don't know if you're aware of that this month. That's going over for Florida Crystals. They lost a boiler, and it's gonna be a big barge coming through town going over to Elvin Ward Park. I went to the county commission meeting the other night, and they'll be doing that transportation, making sure everything's done. But if you wanna see it, it's gonna be sometime this month. I don't know the exact dates, but you can contact the county and they'll let you know, because it's 334,000 pounds.
Gee.
And it's
This
gonna be
thing's huge.
transported
It's huge.
from Elvin Ward. That's the only deep water area that they can offload it. And then they'll go under the bridge down 27 all the way through Clewiston. So that should be a good sight to see. And you touched on the garbage. I noticed a lot of the transients that live here from Fort Lauderdale and Miami, they leave their garbage cans out by the street. So you guys touched on that, so I'm gonna sit back and watch and see how this works. Okay? But thank you.
You would think.
Thank you, sir. Is anybody else?
You would think.
Going once, going twice. All right. Mayor and council will give reports. Mr. Idner, when you're ready.
We spoke about entrance signs for both sides of coming in, and we talked about replacing the one out by the river. And I think that was, he was on vacation, you were getting ready to go. I just wanted to put that back on.
And Vicky's been in and out, and I've tried searching the system. I can't see
Where-
who it was bought from before, but I've had her look when she was here. She's had a family emergency, so she's been in and out a little bit. But I'm working on
You'll get us,
trying to find
in case
that.
she can't find it, can you possibly get us some companies?
Yeah, I'll look for other companies. I just know that y'all suggested going back with the same company because they
Yes,
lasted for
yeah.
so long.
We're
So
trying to figure out where she
yeah.
got them from.
Yeah.
Mr. Tibbs, the county, you hear now they are going to plan on building a standalone jail for the sheriff's department. And that's not something that's gonna happen right away. I mean, it's gonna be a process. When they spoke about their budget, did they talk about putting any money into their budget to give to the city for the breaks that we gave them on their utilities up until September? Are they planning, and the reason I'm asking is, do we need to plan? Are we about to eat that again?
No, that agreement was for March 1st to September 30th. We give a break on the water for GCDC and the CCPDA give a break on the sewer thing. But that ends on September 30th.
And that would, my understanding, the reason we went to September, the end of September, is so that we would have some numbers that we could go back and say, all right, this is what y'all told us, but this is what you did. And that was the reason we went as far as we did. So then I'm assuming October, November, we'll have some factual numbers that we can kind of.
She should have, you've got the numbers now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean, we can go back after end of September and say, this is what it was.
Okay.
This is what it's gonna be.
Yes.
But we also give them a reduction on the ERUs.
Yeah.
A huge reduction there. So that, that's not affecting the consumption.
But wasn't that the same? I mean, and maybe I misunderstood it, that we didn't want to take it down too many ERUs because there again, we wanted to wait until the end of September so that we had some factual numbers there to go off of.
But right now it's based on population that they have in there. And I don't
Right.
think that they have many in there. But, so, because, like I said, the number of prisoners they actually have in there is going to tell you how many ERUs you need to support that.
We stuck at 30, right? They wanted 25 and we went to 30.
But I think that's all they have. They only have like 30 inmates right now,
Yeah.
or less I heard.
But I know they are applying for funding for a new jail, but I'm not sure, like you say, how long it's going to take to get the funding and also to get the jail going. But
But that is a good
as far as
question.
the agreement with GCDC, I mean, that ends on 30 September, so they'd have to come back and request all this again, and I'm sure
That's where
that you're probably not going to accept it,
for us to.
extending it any further.
What do you suggest? Because you know it's coming.
I can try to call over to DCDC's attorney. I talked to him a couple months ago about it. See if they've had any other movement. I haven't heard anything from them. So.
Well, and one thing too is we didn't have numbers, we didn't have anything, and they came in here, presented their case. But now when they come back, Ashley has the numbers, so if you could possibly prepare something for us, Ashley, and give it to Mr. Rooney. So when he calls the attorney, he's got some factual numbers in front of him.
And it might be something we need to present to CCPWA.
You just want basically like
I mean, 'cause
their
it's coming out
gallons
our
of,
budget.
Yeah, we're paying for it.
Right.
you want like their gallons of water they use now versus then, right?
Yeah, because when they moved in there, we couldn't get an actual bill because we didn't know how many gallons.
But now now we've had, what, 6
Several
months
months of
that we can
usage.
go back and say, all right,
So you can calculate it out.
right.
Mm.
And we went on 6 months because that's when.
And that was the reason we did that.
Okay, well, I appreciate us, misremembering all that and trying to keep it, right there together.
But no, I don't think we should eat
Well,
out
that's
there
why I
wanting
brought
us
it
to.
up.
No, I know exactly why you brought it up.
I mean, if we have it at 30 and they're using 40, we definitely need to readjust that.
So as of 9:30, we're gonna revert back to the original ERCs, and then they'll have to come back to us.
That's what the
to change
contract
it again.
says.
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
that was my understanding of it.
I have one more thing for you, Brad. The water leak, or maybe not a water leak, but on 710, there's a big spike in the 200,000 gallons of water or something like that going into Wackenhut possibly that we can't find. And they were telling me that just within a couple of weeks, we've been sending more water to town and couldn't figure out where it was going. Well, I thought it was the water park, but they pinpointed it somewhere on 720. Am I right about that? It possibly Wackenhut or Geo, excuse me, Geo.
I'm like, what is
Uh,
Wackenhut?
And they said they went around and
They
checked
weren't
all the
whacking it before.
toilets and everything, and it was still running. But it seemed like I didn't know if you had any more information, but I was just trying to find some more information out about it. 'Cause
The only
that's-
thing that we did find that we had the spike at the wastewater plant with the influx of water, and that was, we had 3 lids off about 27 that the motor crew, contract motor crews had knocked them manholes off.
Yeah,
He didn't just tap them either. He rolled them.
And he done a good job of it.
Yeah, he was a professional.
So we did go cap.
Or maybe he wasn't, that's what happened.
Hopefully that's where that water was coming from.
all right, that's all I have. Unless anyone has anything for me, I'm good.
You got anything for Jake? Not Alicia,
I have none at this time.
Mr. Decker?
No,
Nothing.
The manhole covers that got rolled, was there any major damage? So we didn't have to charge them? Okay.
Did we paint them?
Right.
Some orange?
Buddy, you could have painted them things all kind of colors. He hit them so hard, he knocked one from here to Steve. So,
But we'd have to get our money from DOT and they're on.
yeah, and they're on vacation, so let's don't even start that. Yeah.
And then
Um,
you gotta go to the government to get your money.
When you get a chance, I spoke to Larry about it. You can start on the north side of town, or you can start on the south side of town, but ride these north-south streets, and you look at these city easements. Some of them, I don't see how, if King had to get back there, how he could, because they're growed up, growed over, and, you know, remember the night the lady come here, we complained about we cut her tree down, and well, there's a whole lot of other trees that we need to cut down. So if you don't mind, take a look at that for me. And that's all I've got. Okay, discuss financial statement if needed. And try to get a computer that you can,
Motion to adjourn.
yeah, never mind.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Bye.
Motion carries, we're done.
Okay.
Hey, is that all?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Remember, Donna and Tim said, you said it was all.